Carlos is here. German, hello.
Stephanie,
We're having a little connection problem. I can't hear you. Give it a minute. It should work. Camila, hello. Camila? Uh-oh.
Stephanie,
Rebecca?
hello.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I had some problem with my PC,
Mhm, mhm.
and after 2 minutes, I couldn't to enter the class. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no problem, no problem. You're here now and I can hear you, so good.
Okay,
Welcome. Glad you're here.
thank you.
Great. And let's see, Rebecca, hello.
Oh, sorry. Hello, how are you again?
I'm great. I'm great. Long time no see.
Oh, yes, so long.
Glad you're here. Ksenia, hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. All right. And hopefully Camila will be back. There she is. Camila, hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. Good to see you. All right, everyone, welcome. We are here to play a conversation game called Would You Rather? So this is a speaking-based class in which you will be talking about unreal or impossible situations. So this is a good class for practicing. Practicing conditional grammar. Just hold on one moment. I need to refresh my screen, everyone. Okay. I don't know what just happened there. Now I'm in the class as well. Anyway, we are here to play a conversation game called Would You Rather? In this game, you will be faced with two situations, and you must choose one situation and explain why. You'll use your conditional grammar like would, using the conditional would in past, so past conditional. Or no, excuse me, second conditional. That's what I meant to say. Anyhow, this is fun, and at the end we will have a winner. But of course, this is kind of silly. So basically, I have a coin here, and I will flip the coin for each situation. If it lands on heads, I'll choose the first situation. If it's on tails, the second situation will be correct. So we do have a winner at the end. Of course, it's arbitrary and silly, but fun. So let's just get started. We're going to start. Oh, Anna Carolina, welcome.
Hello, Stephanie. I got home right now.
Perfect.
I'm glad that I could make it.
Yes, me too. Good timing. We're just going to start our first situation. We're going to start with a kind of, well, just an easy one or a good one for everyone to see how this works. So here is our first question. The question is, would you rather, and rather means prefer in these questions, would you rather live with your significant other in a cabin in Alaska, or would you rather live with your friends on a tropical island? All right, let me just flip and find out the right answer. All right. All right, and now I'm going to model how you might answer this question. I would rather live, this is difficult for me because I don't like the cold and I do like islands, but I think I like my significant other better. So I would rather live in Alaska with my significant other because I couldn't imagine being on a tropical island without him. All right, that's my answer. I'm marking down my answer. And let's just go straight to the left. German, your turn. Which would you prefer?
Okay. I must to say in the past, yes, if I read.
No,
No?
sorry,
Ah,
I made a mistake. But you will use the conditional. I would rather live.
okay. I would rather live in on a tropical island because I dislike a cold. I dislike a snow and the sea and a tropical climate for me is great.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. All right, we're marking you down for tropical island. Great.
Yes,
Thanks.
it's my dream. In the future, then I will be an older man. I will live in tropical island.
I love that. That's a great dream. Great job. Thank you, German. Excellent. All right, Rebecca, to you, same question. Would you prefer Alaska with your husband or boyfriend or significant other, or tropical island with friends?
Well, if I had to choose, I would like to live in Alaska because I don't like hot weather, and I think living in a cabin would be really nice, comfortable, and I would be surrounded by woods, and the scenery would be amazing. But it's not clear to me if I would like to live with my significant other because I don't have one, and I would like to have one. So maybe alone it would be fine.
Great. Great. And in this fantasy scenario, you can have one or you cannot if you prefer.
Yeah.
Whichever is more peaceful.
Yes, it is. Yes, you're right. Maybe with I would like to spare the cabin with 2 dogs.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
Oh, yes.
All
The
right.
company of the dogs are the best one.
That sounds very peaceful.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Rebecca. Ksenia, to you, which would you prefer and why?
I would rather live with my significant other in a cabin in Alaska because I, as you can't imagine my life without my husband, and this cabin seems to me very cozy and comfortable, and when I look on the small island with a lot of friends on it, oh my god, will be a disaster to live with them on such a small island.
Yes, they'll quickly not be your friends anymore.
Yes.
Great, Ksenia. Well said. Marking you down for Alaska. All right, Carlos, to you. Tropical island with friends or cabin with your significant other?
I would rather live in a with a significant other in a cabin in Alaska because I hate hot weather. I live in a desert, and every day we have hot weather. Now today is winter, and uh, we have 10 degrees, and but I prefer living in a cold weather because hot weather it's terrible for me. It's annoying.
All right, great. So Alaska it is. We'll mark that down. All right, thank you, Carlos. Well said. Camila, it's to you. What would you rather do and why?
I'd rather be in cabin on Alaska because I prefer the cold weather, and I think it's more something different. You can go to the snow and play, and go or live in the cabin and watch movies and play in the cabin.
Great. Yeah, it does sound like relaxing and cozy. All right, we're going to mark you down for Alaska as well. So far, we still have 2 more voters, but so far we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people for Alaska and 5 people for Alaska, 1 for the tropical island. Anna, where would you rather live?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I love my husband very much, but I really can't stand the cold weather. I can't. And since I cannot change the weather, I think I'd rather live on a tropical island because I can try to change my significant other.
Yes, or you could always call him on the phone, or you could Skype, right?
No. In this case, I'd rather change another one.
All right, well that that works too. It is a fantasy scenario, so very funny. All right, we're marking you down for the tropical island. All right, and last but not least, Ken, where would you rather live and why?
Yes, I would rather live in a tropical island with my friends because I like tropical weather, climate, and in the winter time I always suffer my tip of the foot and hand become cold, so I rather living in a tropical island with my friends.
All right, again, the choice seems to come down to weather for lots of us. All right, marking you down for tropical island. And Ken, you are correct. Tropical island was the correct answer for this question.
Okay. I don't know whether this correct or not. But okay, thank you.
Yeah, I know that's but it is, yep, a tropical island was the correct answer because when I flipped a coin, it came up tails. So everyone who answered tropical island now has, I'll just show you our score sheet so you can see it's very scientific. Tropical island people have 1 point, and us Alaska people have 0. All right, let's go to our second question. Now I can't remember if I did this one before, so I think we're going to skip it with time the way it is. Okay, this one. This is a good one. Now, listen carefully while I explain this one. Would you rather hoard stuffed animals and you are allergic to dust and mold, or would you rather be allergic to chocolate? In the first scenario, you have to have stuffed animals, right? If you hoard something, it means you compulsively collect something. You can't stop. So in this first scenario, you are always experiencing your allergies. But you can eat all the chocolate you want. You're not allergic to chocolate. In the second scenario, you're just allergic to chocolate, but you're so allergic that you can't ever have any, or you will die. Is it clear the difference between the scenarios? Kind of comes down to how much you love chocolate here. So this one you're...
If the question is if I prefer holding stuffed animals or being allergic to the chocolate?
Sort of. Wait, hang on. Let's see. Would you rather... I'd actually like to rephrase this. I wish I could type on the screen. I'm going to type it in the chat, in the Verbling chat. So would you rather be allergic to dust and mold and you live in a house full of dusty or be allergic?
I don't understand what is...
There, I just typed it in
the purpose of this.
Hang on, let me...
Okay.
Sorry, it's not clicking fast enough for me. Let me try to paste it here. Oh, you got it. Thank you, Anna. Good. So this is ridiculous, but basically, would you rather be allergic to stuffed animals and you can't escape them, or allergic to chocolate? So in the first one, you're sneezing all the time, sniffly.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, I don't know the rest, but yes.
It's ridiculous, but
ridiculous, but okay.
All right, let's try it out. German, we're gonna have you go first again. German, which would you rather have?
Okay, I would rather to prefer the second one and be allergic to chocolate, because I hate some stuffed animals and something toys, and I think that be allergic to chocolate is better than be allergic to dust and mold.
Great, great.
I think that in our house or flats, in the end of the week we have a dust, and it is every week I will be ill, but worse, and that's why I prefer the second one.
All right, good. Seems like an easy choice. All right, allergic to chocolate. Great, thank you, German.
Thank you.
And I think we might have a lot of agreement on this one. Rebecca, so which would you rather experience?
I would rather be allergic to chocolate, First of all, because I don't like chocolate, I never eat chocolate. So for me, it wouldn't be a problem. Don't eat chocolate. And secondly, because if I had to live in a house full of animals and I were allergic to dust and more, I would feel sick all the time, and that would be really annoying. And I wouldn't like to feel like that, you know. So my choice would be being allergic to chocolate without any doubt.
All right. Yeah, easy choice, especially if you already don't like chocolate. Great. All right. Marking you down for chocolate. Ksenia, to you, which would you rather experience and why?
I would rather be allergic to chocolate because it's also good for your finger. So it's a win-win.
That's a good consideration. So you might as well be allergic to chocolate. You might lose a few inches from your waist.
Yes.
Oh, right. Great. Well said. Carlos, how about you?
Okay, I would prefer to be allergic to chocolate, because if I live in a house with full with the stuffed animals, I would sneeze all the time, and I would be uh, sneezing and feeling sick. And with allergic to chocolate, it's only one thing. I avoid chocolate, and I would be fine.
All right. Really good reasoning there. Very rational. It's much easier to avoid one thing, chocolate, than live with all that garbage.
But I love chocolate too. It would be difficult, but I need to do the sacrifice.
Ah, good. So it wouldn't be easy for you the way it is for Rebecca. Great. Thank you, Carlos. All right. Camila, which would you prefer and why?
I prefer. I'd rather be allergic to dust and mold because I just love chocolate. I can't live without chocolate.
All right. Yes, I knew we'd have at least one chocolate lover. All right. So you'd rather have the sniffles and sneezes and still be able to eat chocolates.
Yes.
All right. Great. Thank you, Camila. Ana Carolina, it's to you. What do you prefer and why?
I'm addicted to chocolate. Chocolate. I think it would be awful, but I'd rather be allergic to chocolate because if I hold stuffed animals, people would call me weird and you know uh, things like that. And I I like animals. I hate stuffed animals.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I would eat chocolate and then take an anti-allergic pill.
Oh, there you go. I don't know if that's allowed in this scenario, but sure. That's a tough choice for you, but all right, marking you down for chocolate. And last but not least, Ken, in this ridiculous scenario, what would you choose?
I would choose be allergic to chocolate because I think chocolate is easier to avoid. But dust and mold, some places very dusty or very moldy, so being allergic to chocolate is easier to deal with.
Good. Well said. Yeah, being allergic to chocolate is easier to deal with. All right, marking you down for chocolate. And I think I'm going to have to pick the same for the same reason. I love stuffed animals. And I could clean my house, I could wash the stuffed animals, I could dust every day, but that sounds like a lot of work. So I'll just choose chocolate and avoid one thing. And that, I'm the last one, marking myself down, and the correct answer was to hoard stuffed animals and be allergic to dust and mold. So only Camila got a point this round. So we have German, Camila, Anna, and Ken tied for first place with 1 point each. But it's still anyone's game. Let's head to the next one. All right. So this scenario might be a little more debate on this one. Would you rather have someone ruin something that you worked incredibly hard on, or would you rather ruin someone's dream but they get revenge 10 years later after you forget about it? So your choice is basically have your work ruined, something very, very important, a book you wrote, something you worked really, really hard on, or ruin someone else's dream, but they're going to get revenge on you. And we don't know what that revenge would be. These are the scenarios. Any questions about the scenarios?
What does the WHE stand
Oh,
for?
yeah, I think that's just a misspelling of what. I think she's saying, OMG, what? Why? At least that's my guess. Otherwise, I don't know. Good question. Any other questions? Clear? All right, and let's be honest. Remember, you never know what the right answer is, so be honest. What would you really do? Let me flip my coin here. In fact, maybe I'll answer first. I'll answer before my coin flip there. Oh gosh, I haven't thought of this. If I had to choose, I would have someone ruin something I worked hard on. I guess because I'd rather be angry at someone else than angry at myself. If I ruin someone else's dream, I would feel bad about myself. If someone else ruins my thing, I feel bad about them. So I suppose I will choose to have my work ruined. All right, let's go to German. German, what would you rather do and why?
I agree with you because I would rather have someone ruin something, as I worked incredibly hard on, because then it is my problem. I would I will decide it more quickly, and after several times, or after 1 month maybe, uh, I forgot about that, and uh, I started I start to work again. But if I prefer if I would prefer the second one, uh, it means that uh, I I do I will do bad to someone, something like that. My vocabulary in the evening very bad
No,
actually.
that
I feel that.
you're doing great. I think you've made it very clear that you would
I feel
prefer.
that. I feel that because I know that I have a lesson in the morning.
Mm.
It is all things more clear for me. All things. But now
So that might
I
be.
feel like a bad student.
Well, don't worry. You're still a good student. This won't affect your grades. And I know what you mean, though. Certain times of the day are better for the brain than other times. Uh, but
Thank you.
great answer. Great answer. Yeah, you'd rather have your own work ruined because you can recover from that. Um, Thank you, German. Great.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Rebecca, what about you? What would you rather have happen?
Well, knowing myself, I would rather have someone win something I worked incredibly hard on, because I wouldn't like guilty of ruining someone's dream, you know? It would be a bad feeling, a bad sensation for me, and I don't want to feel like that. So I prefer someone wins my job instead of I do that for someone.
Great. So again, it comes down to the guilt and the emotional uh, residue. Great. All right, Rebecca, marking you down for your project. Great. All right. Ksenia, your turn. What would you rather have happen?
I would rather have someone ruin something I worked incredibly hard on, because in this case, you feel bad for that, but on the second, um, how to say, sample, you will feel bad too after the revenge, but plus you uh, did bad for someone, so it's minus minus in the second, and in the first only one minus for you. So first one.
Great. Great. Very logical. Yeah, the first one's only one bad, and the second one you're going to feel bad twice. Great. Well said. Marking you down. And Carlos, would you rather have your work ruined or ruin someone else's? Carlos?
Sorry, I was mute with my.
No
Okay,
problem.
okay. I would rather have someone ruin something I work incredibly hard on, because if I shoot another one, it's not the fault of the other person. So I mean, it's not their, her, her or his fault to take revenge or ruin something about him. And also because if I ruin something about a person, I don't want to feel bad about it, and I feel that it's disgusting to ruin a dream or a project or something about another person. And mm, and because probably I would feel sad, but like somebody said, I could recover the project, my dream, rather than only think or only do bad things.
Good, yeah, great. So again, you could possibly rebuild your work after. Great, so marking you down to have your work destroyed.
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Carlos. We're seeing lots of agreement. I'm guessing it will be unanimous. But let's hear from Camila. Camila, what would you rather have happen?
I would rather to just I'm not the person that looks for revenge. I just let it be, and I think the world could be replaced.
All right, so you would choose to have your own work destroyed then.
Yeah.
All right, great. Yep, lots of agreement. Ana Carolina, what do you think? What would you rather have?
I agree with my classmates. I would feel awful if I ruined someone's dream because I know that I have a lot of defects. Sometimes I can be annoying, boring, you know. Uh, it's easy to make people pissed off. It's far easier than to please people. But that's something that I would never do, is to harm someone. No way, I wouldn't. And if someone ruins something I've I've worked on, I would do again. I would start over. It's okay.
All right.
Even if the person uh, didn't plan revenge, I would choose the first one.
Oh, good.
Definitely.
Good. Oh, good. Excellent. So you are not a mean person, and you would choose to have your own work destroyed.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can have mean thoughts,
I
but
think
just thoughts, you know. In reality, I would never harm someone.
good. Good. And I think a wise man once said, I don't know who, you are what you do. So we can all have mean thoughts, and regardless, not be a mean person. I love that. Great job, Ana Carolina. Great explanation. That's one of my favorite quotes. You are what you do. Nope. Aka, Ken. Ken, we're to you. Last one. What would you do and why?
Yeah, I would have someone ruin something you worked incredibly hard on, because second one is difficult to control by myself, but first one, I can control the situation. The 10 years later, I forget and someone revenge. It's kind of scary. So
Yeah, that is a little scary. 10 years later to get revenge and you don't know what it is. At least with the first one, you know what's happening.
yeah.
Great. All right. We all were in agreement on this one. And guess what? Everyone gets a point. That was the correct answer. So very good. We all have a point now. German has 2 points. Camila has 2 points. And Ana and Ken both have 2 points. The rest of us have 1. I think we'll be able to get 2 more in. All right. Oh, hopefully this one will be some more variety. This is a variation of a common would you rather question. So in the first one, would you rather discover that you are a superhuman with superpowers? And that's all the superpowers. So you can fly, you can read minds, you have super strength. Or would you rather find out all of the truths in the world, or solve all of life's mysteries, such as creation or evolution, where Earth came from, anything else that might be questioned? All right, I would need to think about this one. I don't want to go first, so I'm just going to flip a coin. Let me flip really quick, find out what our right answer is. Okay. And are there any questions about this question? Okay, great. Then let's go right to German. German, would you rather?
Okay. I have two answers. Two answers.
Okay, let's hear it.
If then I was 15, I would rather discover that I am a superhuman. But now, I prefer the second one because to find out the more information of creation or evolution, where Earth came from, it's very interesting, and where a lot of science looks for this very difficult question. It is question between the philosophy and the scientists, I think. That's why it's very interesting, and I prefer the second one.
All right, definitely. Great. So it sounds like you have changed from when you were 15.
It depends on my
Mood?
Old.
Age.
Age.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as we age, our focus changes for sure.
Focus change, and we are grow up, and
Absolutely.
our brain works a little bit in another way.
Definitely. It definitely does. Well said, well said. All right, we're marking you down for the truths of the universe. All right, Rebecca, what would you rather? Would you rather be superhuman or find out all the truths?
Well, it's a tough decision because I don't like both of them. So, I wouldn't like to be a superhero. I wouldn't like to have superpowers. It's not a big important thing for me. But, imagine if you are able to find out all the truth in the world. My life would be miserable. So I think, well, tough decision. I don't know.
It is a tough decision. So let's see.
Well, I have to say one. I would say to find the truth, but then the power will forget quickly.
Okay. All right, so we'll mark you down finding the truth, but you'll also be able to forget quickly.
Yes. Did you know I can't remember now the title of the movie, when a man just remember every day, and then when he sleep, the day after, he can't remember anything from the last day.
Groundhog Day with
I
Bill
can't
Murray?
remember. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or there's another one, Memento.
Memento. Yes, that was the one I was looking for. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Oh yes.
All right. So, marking you down for the truths. Very good. Well said, Rebecca. Tough choice. All right, Ksenia, what would you choose in this tough choice?
For me, it's easy. I would rather be a superwoman because we have interesting idiom. Curiosity killed the cat. So I think it's not good for human being to know everything in the world. I think the truth could be very dangerous and harmful to your brain. Maybe you go crazy after knowing the truth. So for me, the first one.
All right, so easy for you. You'd rather have those superpowers than go crazy with the truth. All right, marking you down. All right, Carlos, to you. Superpowers or the truths of the universe?
Okay, I would choose superpowers because, in my opinion, I don't interested in know the truth in the world about evolution or the universe. For me, it's boring. It's not relevant to know those things. In, in, but about superpowers, maybe I could fly. I could read the mind. I could be invisible. I don't know. Those kind of superpowers would be interesting. Would be amusing to have, and and I think fly it would be amazing.
All right, yeah, just the power to fly alone
Yeah.
would be so incredible.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to mark you down for superpowers.
Yes.
All right, great. Thanks, Carlos. All right, Camila, what would you rather have, superpowers or the truths of the universe?
I would rather have the superpowers because now it's too complicated to know all the truths in the world, and it's better flying because you can go everywhere whenever you want. I prefer the superpowers.
All right, great. Well said. We're marking you down for superpowers. Awesome. Let's see. Anna Carolina, you're up. What would you rather possess and why?
I'd rather be a superhuman because I always wanted to have superpowers. I think it would be awesome. And furthermore, the truth would be disappointed somehow, which would make me sad. I don't know the truth, and I can choose my own my own beliefs, and I can imagine whatever I'd like to. I I choose believe in God and reincarnation and fate and those things, and I'm happy believing on believing in I'm sorry believing in those things.
All right. All right, great. So good points. Yeah, so you've always wanted superpowers and you're happy already not knowing. So superpowers it is. Great. All right, Ken, it is to you. Superpowers or the truths of the universe?
I would choose discover the superpower because it's more practical. To maybe I can use that power in a good way or to improve my life or other people's life. So I'm not sure that finding all the truth in the world can. Maybe I can do something about that, but I'm not sure because it's too large, too deep. So I don't know what it is like. So superpower is easier to handle probably in this world.
All right. Yeah, definitely easier to handle and probably more fun than the truth. Good. All right. Let's see. I'm supposed to vote. I'm torn on this one. As someone, I majored in philosophy in college, so I definitely want to find out the truths. But I think if I were forced to choose, I have to choose the superpowers because I can have all of them. I can fly, I can read minds. It would make life so interesting. So I'm going to choose that. And I guess let's calculate. It looks like we lost Rebecca. Yeah, well, let's see if we have ties. I'm going to calculate our scores. Yeah, we'll just stop there and see who our winner is. Okay. In last place with 1 point, we have 3 people. 3 people tied for last place: Carlos, Ksenia, and me. So round of applause for us. We are in last place. Next, with 2 points, in second place, Camila, Rebecca, oh, she's gone, and Anna and Ken. Very good, second place. And our winner today with 3 points was German. The correct answer was truth. So German, you have 3 points. You are the winner today. What is the prize?
It is the greatest news of all day.
Yes. There you go. Now you can go to bed. And the prize is you get glory. You get the glory of being the winner, and also 1,000 points, which are good in an upcoming class. Bonus points are just pretend. But good job. You are the winner.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for playing. This is a fun game. We'll be back sometime next week with another edition. So keep an eye on my profile page, and I hope to see you all very soon.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, thank
you
you.
very much. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye. Bye. Thank you, everyone.